It's another day. It's another time for FauxLaw Radio. I'm here with Sarah Clark that works at our office, and also Michael Eigner of Sin City Plumbing is our guest today. So thanks for coming and joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, our pleasure. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Where are you from? I'm assuming you're not from Vegas, but are you?
No, I'm originally not from Vegas. I'm originally from the East Coast. I moved out here when I was about 28 years old. I was already a plumber at that time. Came out here, worked for a few plumbing contractors. Did that for a few years and decided to start on my own. And I think about 2012 is when we started Sin City Plumbing.
2012. All right. So that's awesome. So you're getting close to your 10-year anniversary now.
Yes, we are.
Of being in business. So where did you grow up then?
I grew up in New Jersey.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Hey, our bookkeeper's from New Jersey.
Very good.
Yeah. And go ahead, Sarah.
What made you decide to be a plumber when you started?
My grandfather was a plumber, and it was, either went to college or I became a plumber. So I chose plumbing.
Yeah. Did you start with plumbing right out of high school or?
No, I wasn't ready to be serious about, a career at that point. And, I did a few jobs in between. And about the time I turned about 20, 21 years old is when I decided, all right, I guess I have to get a serious career going. And that's when my grandfather told me, you better start becoming a plumber because they pay well and it's a good career.
Yeah. So did you work with your grandfather or did you?
No, I didn't work with my grandfather. I started with a local plumbing company, local to our town. So I started out there. We're doing residential plumbing, new construction build. I started off doing that. Then I went into, commercial. Then I went into industrial plumbing back in New Jersey.
Oh, wow. Industrial plumbing. Jeez. Yeah. Are those three fields I imagine they're pretty different.
Very different. I just like the variety of changing, learning different things, new skill sets.
Mm-hmm. And then, so what brought you out to Vegas?
My family moved out here about 2 years before I did. They decided to come out to Vegas. I stayed back east for a little while, and it just became a lot traveling back and forth. And I decided to join the family, my immediate family out here in Vegas.
Awesome. Yeah, the weather's hard to beat. No more shoveling sidewalks or anything.
No more snow.
Yeah, that's awesome. So when you got to Vegas, where'd you start out? Where'd you end up? Where'd you start out?
I started off with a plumbing company here locally in town. Roto-Rooter is where I started off. Worked there for about a year, and then I went to a few other companies, and then I decided to start my own.
So, and that was residential service mostly?
That was residential service, yes.
So did you stay kind of in residential service the whole time you were here in Vegas, or?
Residential servicing and like commercial service. I started off with, I enjoyed the service because I enjoy dealing with people, day in, day out, and homeowners and helping people out.
Yeah, that's an interesting answer. So the customer service aspect of it and working with people is kind of what draw you more to the service side rather than the new construction side?
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's interesting because a lot of times, at least in my job, I end up just stuck behind the desk all day long. There's some days where I might not even talk to another living human. It's a little bit strange that way.
Well, that's a great thing about being a service plumber. You're day in and day out, you're talking to people, homeowners, 5 to 7 people a day you get to contact and interact with, and it's really nice.
Yeah, and I assume too, like when you go in, you never really know what you're going to find.
It's different day to day. Every job is a little different.
Yeah, so that probably keeps you on your toes. A lot of problem solving on your feet.
Yes.
You're out diagnosing what the problem is and stuff.
I actually have plumbers in the past telling me that they do not like that customer, like having the relationship between the customers and having to talk to them. So that's really nice to hear a plumber saying, I actually enjoy, um, I enjoy going to houses and I enjoy talking and be good, giving a good service to these people. So.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I still talk to some of my original customers that I was, that I started with way back when. I still stay in contact with them. I still get personal Christmas cards from them every year. So it's nice, and you become kind of part of their family. They'll call you up and say, "Hey, so and so's in the hospital," and you'll reach out to that person and wish them well. And certain people will touch your heart in a certain way. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because you're providing a service to somebody's home, and where they live, and that's
Their home is their
impactful.
sanctity, and they're allowing you into
Yeah,
their home and do a service on their home. They have to trust you to allow you into their home.
yeah, yeah. That's really cool. So what was it? What made you want to start your own shop and open up Sin City Plumbing?
Because you always have your own ideas how things could be better and how you can improve the relationship between the customer and yourself. And when you're working for someone else, you can take that to a point, but when you can see things can be improved and relationships can be improved and the way you do things can be improved, you have your own ideas and you want to put your own touch on it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So tell us a little about Sin City now. How many guys do you have or gals? What's the
We have 28 employees currently.
uh-huh.
Um, we do residential and commercial at this point. Um, we have our company is a dynamic of family basically. Our office staff, we joke around a lot. We're with each other so much during the day and day in and day out, Monday through Friday. We even we go to employees' families' birthday parties.
Uh-huh.
We just enjoy our family atmosphere here at Sin City Plumbing. Our guys are our family basically. When we just went through the coronavirus, we
Yeah.
were very concerned about everyone's family. So and so got sick, and everyone's worried in the company. Do they have coronavirus? Is it just a flu? Is it a bug? What's going on? So it means a lot to me that the staff I have here, how important they are to us. And their families to us. We have a yearly Christmas party. We look so forward to, seeing the kids. Have they grown over the last year? Sometimes the kids come into the office because, they may have had, weren't feeling well at school, and we allow the staff to bring in their employees. It's kind of nice when you come into the office and you see the younger kids, curled up in the
Yeah.
corner of the office, hanging out with mom. Why, mom's still working.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's awesome. And you also have family. You work with your literal family too, don't right?
Yes, I do. My middle sister Jasmine works for the company. She's our office manager here.
Uh-huh. And what's it? I guess it must be the same then with her as with the other guys having family close. That's something valuable. What has that been valuable to you?
It's definitely very valuable to us. I have her in the office. I know she does things as I want them to be done. She knows exactly how I want the company ran. She knows how important that the customers are to us and the employees are to us. And she has the same look because we were raised the same way. So we have that small town. We came from a small town in New Jersey. So we have that small town feel. You always care about each other. You help each other out, and everyone has each other's back. It's a very nice dynamic of having my sister here. And some days we bicker just like I bicker with her at home. It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's kind of nice, and the employees find it quite amusing, us bickering, about the little things in life, who stole whose lunch, and
yeah.
it's kind of crazy sometimes.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can relate to that too, somewhat, because we're a family business too. I
Yep.
work with my dad and actually Sarah, my mom has known Sarah's mom for what, 40 years?
So she's
Yeah.
basically
Something like that.
like your sister.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So it's just well, I mean, what you say, like they have your back and they understand how it works, and it makes things easier.
They know
If
your
you,
mindset. They know
yeah,
exactly what you're thinking when you're thinking it. Yeah, it's kind of nice.
it is, yeah.
It's also a double-edged sword too. So
That's true. That's true. That's true. Family reunions are tough because it's who's gonna stay.
yeah. The only downfall is you can't take family vacations because you can't shut down the business.
Yeah, exactly. So it's always yeah, it's a double-edged sword for sure. Absolutely. So yeah, yeah, as so you guys have been in business now almost 10 years.
Yeah.
What would you say would be maybe like if you were gonna say like the top 2 or 3 lessons that you've learned in being in business, what would they be?
Oh, that's a good question. It's you got to treat your employees well. You got to treat your customers well. Wow, that's a hard question.
Yeah.
You continually have to look for the future. Every day, this business has changed so much in the 10 years that I've been in business. Every year is different. Every year there's new hurdles you have to meet. I mean, I've never thought in a million years we'd have to go through what we just went through with coronavirus. It's right. Every day's learning. You're learning every single day. Every single day it's changing. What we did last year doesn't work this year. It goes from advertising to the way you run your business, the way you do your book. Everything is different every single year. And it's very, very hard at times, but it's very rewarding in the same aspect. But I don't think I would change anything I do or have done to get to where I am today. It's been very rewarding for us.
That's awesome. So it sounds to me like if you were going to sum it up, the number 1 would be relationships.
Yes.
With your employees and with your clients, and number 2 might be just what would you call that? Like resiliency, flexibility.
Yes.
And constant learning and growing, and new problems come up, new solutions have to be found.
Yes.
Kind of a thing. So I got one more question for you before we wrap up. We're getting close, I think, to the 20-minute mark. But so if you were going to give advice to your younger self coming up out of high school, as a kid, what would you tell yourself? And it doesn't have to be business related. It could be about anything.
It's really hard for me to say because my parents would love to hear this. I think I would have studied a little harder in school. But I don't want to ever hear that because, I don't want to hear I told you so.
Yeah, right. Is there a specific subject you feel like would have really benefited you than the others, or no, or just in general?
Just a little bit more business management and stuff like that. I would have taken before I, jumped in with both feet. But you live and learn in life. You learn from your mistakes and you carry yourself on from there. That's all you can do.
Yeah, and one thing I've experienced with the business stuff too is there's nothing like learning on the job for that. I mean, it's just it's how to do it. Although it is helpful to learn some of the basic nuts and bolts kind of things.
Yes, it's the nuts and bolts, the day to day. Things that you don't really think of. You think, oh, I have a great idea and I have a skill set and I'm going to continue on from there. And it's really hard. It's, you wish, oh, maybe I should have studied a little bit more and, followed through a little bit more with schoolwork and stuff like that. But you live and learn. And 10 years, I'm still doing pretty well. And I'm very happy with what we've accomplished in the 10 years. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you've been around for 10 years, you're going to be here for 10 years, 10 more, 20 more, 30, however long,
Yeah, exactly. And I've had a lot of support. I've had a lot of support from a lot of other contractors in the industry as well. I can't take full credit for anything because I've had bad days, have had issues pop up, and I have other contractors that I lean on, and they've been great support for me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great industry, really.
It really is. And we're really a tight-knit industry. I don't think people understand how tight we are. I talk to probably majority of my competitors, and I don't really consider them competitors. I consider them other contractors. Yeah, we may be bidding the same jobs, and one will get it, one won't. That's kind of how it works. I don't hold, I don't think anyone holds any, ill regard for anyone else because you got that job when we did it. We're a very tight industry here in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a big city, but it's really not that big.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah. It seems like it's a big city, but sometimes it feels
very small town.
like a smaller town. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
So Mike, tell us how people that are listening could find you. Like, what is your website, phone number, anything?
So you can find us at sincityplumbing.com. You can find us. You can just Google Sin City Plumbing. We pop right up. We do all of the Las Vegas Valley. So we're very easy to find. We're on Facebook. We're on Google. We're on pretty much all the forums.
And last I looked, it was 5 stars on Google reviews. So
that's correct.
People are pleased.
Me and my employees work very hard at that, and I give majority of the credit to my employees that have day-to-day contact with the customers. It's makes me feel very warm-hearted to know my employees have the same thought process as I do in taking care of our customers and how much it means to us.
Yeah.
Gave him 5 stars yesterday too.
Thank you very much, Sarah.
Yeah, I have as well. You've had sent some people to my house as well to fix a problem we had, and it was perfect. So,
yeah.
Well, yeah. So, do you have any other questions, Sarah?
No, thank you so much for coming, Mike.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me
and participating. It's always fun to get to know you guys better and learn a little bit about your business and how it started and the things that you've learned. It's beneficial for me as we try to grow our business and stay on track and do things the right way. So I really appreciate your insights and your participating, being with us.
Thank you very much for letting me be part of it.